What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite, and welcome back to Reimagining Manchester United. Today we'll be completing the off-season, and that starts with the end-of-season review. We won 3 trophies: the Premier League, the Champions League, and the FA Cup. It was a very successful season. Our new signings played well. Donny van de Beek with a 7.23 average rating on the season. He only gets a C+, I guess just because, it says it's great value for money, so it's good value, and he played well. Why is it only a C+? I feel like that should be higher. Tellez, another 7.23. He's a steal for 17.5 million. That was a great. Obviously, those are in real life signings for them. Along with Cavani, who played decently on the season. I'm really debating whether or not to extend his contract one more season. I feel like his legs are going to fall off. We look at him now. He's got 11 pace, 12 acceleration, and they have really tanked recently. If you look at the progress all time, he's gone down 2 in pace, 1 in acceleration just this season. And as he gets older, he's just gonna go down quicker. So I think he'll be in the single digits by the end of next season. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna bring him back. I might look for another temporary option while we wait for Yusufa Makoko to join the team. Moreno we loaned in. He did fine in the games he played. He was a very good backup. Sutalo, a very good backup as well. Diallo, another real life signing that played pretty well. Camavinga didn't have the best first season like I hoped. I think he's just a little. It's just a little too early for Camavinga. He's still only 18 years old. He needs a lot of development left, and so he'll take time. The rest are youngsters. It looks like. I'm happy with those signings. Transfers out. Juan Mata, 7.25 million. He played amazingly for Arsenal, but like I said earlier in the last video, he never would have done that for us. He didn't have a position in our team. Obviously, he played attacking mid for Arsenal and kind of that right wing. We don't have either of those positions. We just could not have utilized him. So I'm glad he played well. It's nice to see him playing well at 33 years old. But I think maybe we should have got a little bit more for him. But for a 33-year-old, you're going to be hard pressed to get more than 7 million for him. A couple other youngsters that went out. Chris Smalling, that sold in real life. He played well for Roma. I don't really like Chris Smalling, so I don't think I really missed him at all. Alexis Sanchez, of course, went out on a free. He did all right for Inter Milan. I think, did we sell any players, actually? Timothy Fosu-Mensah went out in real life, and he was awful for Leverkusen. Great signing for them. I don't think we sold anyone else in real life. Rojo went out, or in the game. Rojo went out in real life as an IRL transfer, and he didn't really play much for Boca Juniors. That's kind of surprising. So there's transfers out. Loans out. Dallo played really well. Dan James played really well, and he's going to go permanently to Lyon, so that's good for them. Like I said, he's kind of like Mata. He just wouldn't have fit with us. He doesn't play any position that we use. Joel Pereira played really well at Huddersfield, which is encouraging because he's going to be our third goalkeeper this year. Andreas Pereira played all right at Lazio. He's got a $24 million optional, or $25 million optional future fee. So it'll be interesting to see whether Lazio activate that or not. If they don't, he might be like our fifth Mazzala. He might make the squad as their fifth Mazzala. If they do, I'll have to find other options. That's about all the loans. I thought we had more loans. Like, what about what's his name? Lingardinho. What about Lingardinho? Why is he not on here? I don't know. I think he had a bad season though. I looked at him earlier. He had not a very good season for West Ham. So I don't think he's going to be a part of our team going forward. If you look at the season's results, we were expected to qualify for the Champions League, and we won the whole thing. The top scorer was Anthony Martial. The board are absolutely delighted. We won by 5 points in the end. Liverpool came in second. Fulham with an amazing 7th place finish. Like, they were predicted to be relegated, and they finished 7th. That's ridiculous for Fulham. Chelsea finished 6th. That's got to be a little disappointing. Leicester 5th. Man City 4th. Arsenal 3rd. Liverpool 2nd. That's a really good finish for Arsenal. Liverpool finishing 2nd. You know, they were the only team that were really challenging us all season. Wolves miss out on European football. Everton. Tottenham finishing 14th. That is an awful season for Tottenham. Literally 12 points above the relegation zone. That is not good. Crystal Palace, Sheffield United, and West Brom get relegated. Yeah, West Brom and Sheffield United I saw coming. They were terrible on the season. Crystal Palace are a little unlucky. They're 2 points behind Newcastle, but in the end, they weren't good enough. Champions League, we were expected to reach the quarterfinal, and we won the whole thing. Our top goal scorer being Marcus Rashford. Pivotal match, obviously being the Champions League final, which we won 5-1. We had to beat Juventus in the group stage to get there. Had to beat Atalanta. Man City was big. Atletico Madrid was big. That was probably the toughest one. We lost them 2-1 away from home, and then we had to get that 1-0 win, and we did it. We did what we had to do. We weren't impressive, but we got the win. Only dropped 3 points for the entire Champions League journey, and that was to Atletico Madrid in the semifinal. The FA Cup, we were expected to reach the semifinal, and we won it too. Marcus Rashford is the top goal scorer with 5 goals. Didn't beat any world beaters to get there. Tottenham, who had a bad season, made it to the final, and we absolutely thrashed them. Thrashed West Brom on the way. Really handled Brighton. So it was a pretty easy run to the FA Cup. I can't really say any otherwise. Carabao Cup was disappointing. It was not important, but we went out in the quarterfinals. The goal of the series is to win all 4 of these. So that's disappointing that we couldn't finish and couldn't beat Manchester City. We lost on penalties. We did beat Chelsea, so that was an impressive victory. And then Sheffield United, who are not very good, but Man City are just too much for us on penalties. If we could have finished this whole series to this first season, I don't know what I would have done. I guess I would have had to come up for another series because, yeah, if we complete everything in the first season, what else is there for me to do? But we did not. We have something to aim for. The Carabao Cup next season is going to be our target, along with the rest of these. Moments to remember, our biggest win was 7-0 in the FA Cup against West Brom. 2 braces and a hat trick by Marcus Rashford. Match to remember was a 1-0 over Chelsea, which Mason Greenwood scored in the 85th minute. Our goal of the season was a Bruno Fernandes goal as he ran from his own half before hitting a deftly executed finish. Let's look at that, see if we can see it. And then Bruno Fernandes. Oh, no, not that. Don't want the player. I want the goal. Will it show it? Nope. It shows this screen again. Is this just my game being bugged, or what is going on? Because I can't show any highlights. That is so annoying. All it shows is the dressing or the table screen. I don't know. That's so annoying. Well, we can't see the goal of the season. Football Manager, what are you doing? Finances. Our reputation actually went up a little bit. It went from 4.5 stars to full 5 stars. So it didn't change from worldwide. Obviously, worldwide I think is the highest you can get. Sponsorships, 270 million. Broadcasting, 128. Corporate and hospitality, 15.4. 186 in prize money. That's pretty impressive. About 6 day in commercial and retail. Sold nearly 950,000 shirts. Rashford being the top shirt salesman. Then Martial, Pogba, Bruno, and De Gea. Kind of to be expected. 5 you'd kind of expect. We made 18 million in merchandise sales. How we lined up. See if this is actually how we lined up. Martial and Rashford, best 2 strikers. It has Fernandes in there over Pogba, but Pogba really came to life in the second half of the season. He became like one of our best players, probably the second best player behind Bruno Fernandes. So other than that, I think it's basically our lineup. Lindelof makes it. Bailly and Maguire. Yeah, I mean he played a lot this season, but he wasn't spectacular. I do have an option about replacing him. I think I'm going to try to replace him. I think I will be replacing him. So he'll be a backup. He'll be a valuable backup. De Gea with a 7.28 on the season. That's really good. The accolades, I won Manager of the Month for December and January. Won Manager of the Year. Bruno Fernandes is the Fans Player of the Season. Obvious. Marcus Rashford is the Young Player of the Season. Also pretty obvious. Signing of the season was Camavinga. Yeah, I'd agree. He wasn't amazing, but he's still one of our only signings, so he kind of has to be. Bruno Fernandes, goal of the season, which we can't see. Top goal scorer is Marcus Rashford, 35 goals. So he must have got top goal scorer over Martial. I thought it was Martial, but Rashford must have got more goals in all competitions. I know he was the leader in the Champions League, so he must have got quite a bit more. Most assists, Bruno Fernandes, 21 assists. What a season. Most player of the match is Bruno. Highest average rating, Bruno. Most passes per 90 minutes, Nemanja Matic. That's surprising. Got records for most assists by a player in a season, most player of the match awards, and the worst discipline. Paul Pogba, 23 yellows and 1 red card. Competition awards. Next Gen was won by Mason Greenwood. English Premier Division Golden Glove won by De Gea. Urine's Champions Cup Goalkeeper of the Season also won by De Gea. Very good season by De Gea. Your hard work and effort paid off on the pitch, and such a feat didn't go unrewarded at the end of the season awards ceremony. The spell of football at the start of the season was the making of Man United. It really set them up for success. Man United dared to dream, and thanks to a great run back at the start of the season, their dreams came true. Everybody's kind of reacting to the start of the season. I feel like we finished pretty well, too. We never really had a bad stretch. We played pretty well all season. If we go to competitions in the Premier League and look at the team detailed possession, we were actually 8th, which is pretty good because we didn't really try for possession. Yellow cards, we had the most. Not surprising. Red cards, we were tied for 4th with 2. Sheffield United with 6 red cards. That's not great. Goals, 94, 7 more than Liverpool. 2.47 goals per game. Expected for 89 goals, so we didn't get many more goals than expected. Only 5 more goals than expected. That's not a great advertisement for our strikers. They couldn't get more than expected goals. They only took the chances that were expected of them. You want them to get goals that shouldn't be expected. That's where the good goals come from. We had the most penalties with 12 penalties. Goals from direct free kicks, we had 1. Indirect free kicks, we had 6. Passes completed, we were almost near the very bottom. But we created the most clear-cut chances by a pretty wide margin. 73 more than Liverpool. We had the second most shots on target. So our conversion rate is probably pretty decent. 4th, 47%. That's shots on target ratio. Conversion rate, best at 14%. Fouls against, we were 5th. So we were only 5th in fouls against, but we had the most penalties. So we were getting fouls in the box more than any other team. So we weren't getting fouled the most, but we were getting the most fouls in the most dangerous areas. Dribbles, we were 3rd. Possession lost, we lost possession the least amount. Only conceded 18. 6 more than the next highest team, Liverpool again. Liverpool were clearly the second best team in the league. Expected goals against was only 24, so we actually pretty far below the expected goals. What is that? 7, 6 shorter, almost 7. It's almost 25 expected goals. So that's not bad. That's pretty good for David De Gea and our defense, mostly David De Gea probably. Conceded 2 goals from corners, 1 goal from a direct free kick, 2 goals from indirect free kicks. Had 27 clean sheets, 7 more than any other team. Fouls made, we were 2nd. We won the most tackles in the league. That's nice to see. We didn't have a very good tackle percentage, though. Only 77%. Blocks, I don't really too worried about. Possession 1. We didn't win possession very much. That's kind of surprising. I guess because we had a pretty decent amount of possession. Man City were at the very bottom. Liverpool actually at the top. That's kind of surprising considering they had pretty good possession. Interceptions, penalties, conceded. We only conceded 1 penalty all season. That's pretty good. And then average attendance, sellouts. Net transfer spend the most at $62 million. It's probably going to be the most again this season. That is it. That is the stats. If we look at the player detail, I don't know if there's many things we need to see here. Yellow cards. Actually, Bruno had more than Paul Pogba. That's surprising. Red cards. Brandon Williams had 1. Player of the matches. Bruno Fernandes led all players in player of the matches. Distance covered. We didn't have anybody. Per 90? No. Jesse Lingard is on there, though. That makes sense. He's got really high work rate. Bruno Fernandes with the best average rating by a wide margin in the entire league. Juan Mata actually 2nd. De Gea's up there. That's weird to see a goalkeeper that high in average rating. Goals, Vardy, Batshuayi, Martial. Rashford's on there, only 2 less. Bruno Fernandes is on there, 12 goals. Expected goals, 16. So that's pretty good for Martial. Only had 16 expected goals and scored 23. So 7 more goals than were expected. pretty much. Rashford expected 13, got 23, so 10 more goals than expected. Or no, he got 16. I'm looking at his age. Okay, so not as many more goals than expected. Only 3 more for Marcus Rashford. So Martial made the tougher shots. He scored more tough goals, it seems like. Bruno Fernandes is actually right at his expected goals, so he only scored the goals that are expected of him, but he got in those positions, so he's got to be give credited for that. What else is there? Assists per 90, Bruno Fernandes. Assists, Bruno Fernandes, Juan Mata, and Salah. Most assists per 90, Bruno Fernandes. Greenwood's up there. That's surprising because he didn't play a whole lot of football, but fourth most assists per 90. Juan Bissaka, Luke Shaw, Donny Van de Beek. So, key passes, Bruno second. Donny Van de Beek actually on the key passes. So, that's pretty good. I think most of those are probably from when he's playing Regista. Tella's on this list. Clear-cut chances created, Bruno. Bruno just dominated. Look how many more clear-cut chances he created than anyone else. Bruno is a cheat code. Tackles won, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. That's what I like to see. 20 tackling, and he won 155 tackles. Luke Shaw actually had the most tackles per 90, tied with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So those are my defensive fullbacks that I go with. It seems like they're doing their jobs. Key tackles, none. Key headers, no one. Conceded only 9 goals. Way ahead of Allison. That's pretty crazy. They only concede 9 goals on a season in 28 appearances. 22 clean sheets. De Gea was ridiculous this season. Had 2 more clean sheets than Ederson. But he only played 28 matches. Ederson played 37. So, yeah, that's saying something. Penalties saved. We didn't save any penalties. We only had 1 against us, though. David De Gea with the best save rate. 88%. That's really high. That is really freaking high. Holy crap. Allison at 77. Yeah, I'd say De Gea is a pretty good goalkeeper in this. Even though he really got nerfed, he's still really good. So if we look at our squad, moving forward, where we're going to improve, where I've got, this is, I think, our best squad. Juan Bissaka at right back, Tellez at left back. I think Tellez is better than Luke Shaw. They're pretty even, but Maguire and Bailly on the wide sides. I think we need a libero. Lindelof just didn't cut it. I'm going to give the libero one more shot with a player I have in mind that I think will fit it perfectly. We need one more Regista because I'm going to see if I can improve on Camavinga just for the short term. I have a plan for that. I mentioned it last episode. Let's get right into our plans. If we look at our short list, obviously Yusufa Moukoko we're signing. David Alaba, I think, is going to be our next libero. He's going on a free transfer. He's not willing to discuss right now until he gets to the end of his deal, but hopefully we can get David Alaba on a free, and he will play that libero for us. I think he'll be a very good libero. Like, he's got very good attributes for it. He's got the pace. Strength isn't really there, but that's not super important. He's got good technical attributes. He's got the passing. He's got the teamwork. He's got the work rate. He's got everything you need. I think if the libero doesn't work with David Alaba there, the libero will never work. So that's my plan, is to go with David Alaba as our next libero. And Joshua Kimmich will be our next Regista / deep line playmaker. I think he'd be very good there. I've used him before as a deep line playmaker on Defend, and he was fantastic. So I think he should do a good job here. And eventually I'm going to move him to right wing back. So once Camavinga gets where he can't not be started, I'm going to move Kimmich to right back and kind of replace Wan-Bissaka. I think Wan-Bissaka will be more valuable as a backup than he is as a starter, just because of his defensive ability. Coming off the bench, I think he'll be a huge asset to us. Other than that, I think our squad is strong. I don't think we need to replace Maguire or Bailly just yet. I think between Maguire, Bailly, McTominay, Lindelof, and Twanzebe, we have enough players that, two of those players should be good enough to be a Champions League caliber team. Obviously, with those players, we won the Champions League and the league. So, I mean, you got questions about whether we even need to improve, but I'm always looking to improve. That's what I'm going to go with. So, Kimmich I think will cost Look, Kimmich will cost like 80 to 100 million, so 80 to 101 million. So he's going to be expensive, but he's going to be worth it. He's a 4.5 star player. 4.5 stars at wingback, 4.5 stars at deep line playmaker. Only a 4 star Regista, but still, that's much better than anything we have currently. In terms of players leaving, Sergio Romero is leaving. He's already transferred to Hellas Verona on a free. Lee Grant, we're going to let go on a free. Sutalo's not coming back. Phil Jones, I think we're going to sell. Lingard, we're probably going to sell. Joel Pereira is going to be our third goalkeeper. Andres Pereira might keep if they don't accept his buy option. We're going to keep Andres Pereira. Be our fifth center midfielder. Dan James is already going. Levitt's going to be like our third deep line playmaker. Diallo is kind of our fifth striker. Matic is probably going to go. If we bring in Kimmich, I think Matic will go. And Alberto Moreno is not going to come back. Diogo Dalot is going to take his place as the fifth fullback. So Dalot is going to come back into kind of the first team contention. I don't think he has a buy option. No buy option. So he's definitely going to be a Manchester United player next season. That's what I'm going to go with. I'll advance on from there, try to bring in these players, and I'll see you for the next update. We are a few days into the transfer window, and it is time to start making transfers. I have one sale going out, and it's going to be Alvaro Fernandez, a youngster with a little bit of potential. He's improved quite a bit this season. He looks pretty decent, but I got an offer I couldn't really refuse on him. It actually makes no sense if they're the other team, but whatever. The offer is, if I find him, is $15 million. A couple teams have accepted this offer. $15 million up front, 50% of next sale, and a $25 million buyback. And I'm pretty sure if I buy him back, I get that 50% of next sale. So I will pay them $12.5 million for him back, when I would have sold him for $15 million. So I will make a profit buying him back if I do need to buy him back. So yeah, that's I have to do that transfer. He's not guaranteed to be a wonder kid or anything like that. So if he does develop into something, I'm going to get him back very cheap. If he doesn't, then, well, that stinks for them. They gave me $15 million and he didn't develop anything. That's good for me, bad for them. So I think I win. I think it's a win-win for me. In terms of incoming transfers, go to my short list. These are the guys I think I'm going to bring in. Alaba is willing to talk, so let's start talking to Alaba now. It's approach to sign him. He's going to be a star player. I'm not going to improve the coaching team. We will win a domestic cup. I'm not going to promise him yet, just in case Kimmich doesn't come in. He's not going to be the penalty taker. He might be the free kick taker, but I'm going to take it away for now. See if he'll accept this. He does. 4 years. How old is he? 28. So take him until he's 32. I think that's fine. 275 isn't that much. I don't want to give him a sell-on fee, but I'll go 230 and 10 million signing on fee. A 1.5 million agent fee. I'd be happy with that contract. Goes back to 275. I'll go 235. Back down to 10. Back down to 1.5. And he agrees. I think that's a good deal for David Alaba. He's going to be a star center back for us. And if he doesn't work out there, we can play him at left back. So I think he's going to be just a no-nonsense signing for us. A free signing of David Alaba. You have to do that. Then in terms of our 4th/5th striker, I think I'm going to go with, if I find him, Amad Diallo as kind of our 4th striker. I think I'm going to move on from Edinson Cavani. I just don't think his legs are going to last. His acceleration has already gone down another one in the past 15 days. So he's going to be absolutely awful physically. And players when they lose their physicals, they're just never that good in Football Manager. So I'm going to move on from him. I'm going to go with Amad Diallo. And I want one more player because I want 5 options at striker. So I'm either going with Eddie Nikitia. I don't know. One of those. Eddie. I'm either going to go with Eddie from Arsenal on loan, or I'm going to sign Mariano for $13 million. I'm going to wait on those until I get the Kimmich and Alaba signings done, see how much money I have left, and see what the best option is. I'm probably going to sign Eddie on a loan because I don't need a permanent player with Yusufa Moukoko coming in permanently in 2 years' time. So if I can just loan Eddie for this season, maybe loan him or someone else for next season, and then get Yusufa Moukoko, I'll be fine at striker. I don't think I need to bring in Mariano. I might be able to sell him on later for profit if I do sign him, but I don't want to risk, you know, sinking $13 million into a player and him not playing well and then not being able to sell him for anything. And I don't know. I'm probably just going to go with Eddie, but I'm going to wait till after I get my business done. Let's go into Joshua Kimmich, see if we can make an offer for him. No percentage of next sale, no percentage of profit from next sale. I don't want to do this all straight up. I'll do most of it straight up though. I'll go 50 million. I've got, if you look at our scouting budget, I have 175 million to spend with 279,000 in the wage budget, and I'm pretty sure that's after the David Alaba contract. So I've got a lot of money to spend. I might just do this straight up then. Don't worry, but don't hurt our future years cap space, or not cap space, but salary space. Let's go in with an $80 million offer. See what they say about that. 107 plus 16 million after league appearances. No, I'm gonna go down to 85. They go to 102 and 17 after league appearances. I don't think that's how you negotiate. Go to 88. 98 plus 17 and a half. So you're going up in the additional fees, down barely with the other fees. I don't really want to spend much more than 90 million on him. I feel like that's fair. They go to 96 plus 18. They kind of semi-locked that one in too. I'm going to go to 92. But they want 36 million in additional fees. No. Remove. They lock in the 92. What else can I give them? He's not going to get goals. I'll give you, if he gets 50 goals, which isn't going to happen, I'll give you 15 million. Now they want, that didn't do anything for them. I'm going to cancel that offer. I'm going to go in tomorrow. See if I can get him for just 95 straight up. Let's go back in. Shoreless, Joshua Kimmich. Make an offer. 95 million straight up. They still want 19 million extra. What if I just say no? I will not be doing any money extra. 97. I already said no to that. I said removed and excluded. 98. 98 plus 20. Why are they going up? You do not know how to negotiate, Bayern Munich. Not only are you letting one of your best players leave on a free, you're negotiating completely awfully. I'm supposed to go up. You go down. You don't go up as I go up. It's not how negotiating works. Go back in. I'm just going to just throw down 100 million. See what they say. 100 million. 100 million for Joshua Kimmich. Surely they can't say no to that. Do I want to do that? I don't really want to spend 100 million on Joshua Kimmich, but he's the best right back in the world. He's one of the best deep line playmakers in the world. He's the best one I've ever used. They accept that. 100 million for Joshua Kimmich. And I'll have to pay him probably like $300,000 a week. I don't know if I want to do it. I got the money. Like, what else am I going to use it for? I don't really... Like, Alaba's finished solving my center back problem. He'll solve my defensive midfielder problem. Everywhere else, I'm pretty set. Like, my players are pretty good at every other position. So, I don't think I need to spend money elsewhere. I'm going to finalize that offer. In terms of sales, let's start doing our sales. Matic, I want to sell now. Offer him to clubs. Transfer list and set him to surplus requirements. Says he's valued at $21.5 million, but I probably can't get much more than I got for Juan Mata. About 7 to 9. Phil Jones, let's sell. Transfer list. He's valued at $12.5 million, so not great. Who else? Dylan Levitt's going to stay around. Joel Pereira's going to stick around. Jesse Lingard did. Andreas Pereira hasn't come back yet. I don't want to sell Jesse Lingard until I know Andreas Pereira is coming back. Because if Pereira doesn't come back, I'll just use Lingard as our fifth central midfielder as a Mazzala. Lingard can play Mazzala if I need him to. So Lingard is going to stay for now. Pereira's going to stay. Lee Grant's going to retire. And then Sergio Romero's going to get sold. Sutalo's going to go back. Moreno's going to go back. Cavani's not going to be re-signed. He's only worth 550K, so giving him an extra year and then trying to sell him doesn't make any sense. No one's going to buy him at 205,000 wages. No one's going to pay that for him. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's advance a few days and see what offers we get back. Looks like City, Dortmund, and Atletico Madrid and Barcelona have all made offers for David Alaba. Do I give him more money? Because I don't think we beat out Barcelona or City, really. Dortmund and Atletico we could probably beat out, but I don't know if we beat out City and Barcelona. We've got the money. I'm going to give him some more money. Let's go right to the 275 he was asking for. Do I just give him 300K? I'll just sweeten it for the agent. Give him all the money he needs. Do I add more bonuses? Add a goal bonus and an assist bonus. Don't go crazy with the assist bonus, though. 35K for assist. 50K for a goal. Bonuses if we win the league, I guess. Winning the Premier League, you can get 1.5 million. Winning the FA Cup, you can get 1 million. Winning the Carabao Cup, you can get 750K. I'm not going to give him a yearly wage rise. Not going to give him a wage after club league games. Give him a landmark assist bonus. If he gets 15 assists, I'll give him like 3.5 million. Just sneak in a cheeky relegation release clause of 0 because we're not going to get relegated. Hopefully that helps a little bit at least. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. 300K plus all that. If he turns that down, I don't know what to tell you. Still says he has to take some time to think things over. I'm going to offer that. If it gets where I have to up it more, I'll do that. We've moved up 5 places to 4th position in the European club rankings. Real Madrid are the top team. From 2nd to 1st. Bayern Munich, I think we're 1st, so they've dropped down. Let's advance, see if get any. Here's an offer for Kimmich. You can start negotiating his contract. He wants 325 to 400K. That's a lot of money. We'll give player a big pay rise. I have no option but to accept that. He's going to be a star player. He starts out at 400K. I'll go right down to 300. Get rid of this sell-on fee. Let's go down to 15 million for a signing-on fee. 2 million for an agent fee. He's going to be so expensive. Oh, he's playing hardball. Let's go to 325. Give you 16 and 2 million. Surely he'll accept this. And he does. 325 for Joshua Kimmich. And Matic, 7.5 and $66,000 of his wages. How much is he on? 155K. So that's over like almost half of his wages. But it gets half off the books and gives us 7 million. 7.5 million. He's not interested in speaking to Fiorentina, so he might not accept their offer anyways. You have to pay them outstanding still owed to Matic on his agreed loyalty bonus of 2.3 million. I'd like a little bit more money. If I can get 10 million, I'd be happy with 10 million. I wish they would have made it negotiable. I hate when teams only come in with non-negotiable offers. It's so infuriating. It's like, that's not realistic. Teams aren't going to say, no, I will only pay this money. I will not accept any less, only this. The only thing I will ever offer you. They only offer non-negotiable fees. Like, that's not realistic at all. I'm going to stall it. See if I can get some more offers in for him. Do I? I I might give Alaba what I gave Kimmich. Give him that 325. So they're both on the same amount. Just that. He's on 325. They're both on 325. So he doesn't feel like he's getting cheated or anything. He's getting the same amount as Kimmich. No one offers for Phil Jones. Feyenoord are interested. Let's persuade him to find a new club. We promised we would let him leave. We've got a replacement, and David Alaba is that replacement. Hopefully he signs. Let's set an offer for him. Let's say $8.5 million. I'd be happy with $8.5 million for Phil Jones. I don't want to sell that guy. Don't want to sell this guy. Nice youngster, 3-star potential. Don't want to sell him. See if we get any more offers. Greenwood wants more money. No. Shut him up. Shut him up to here. Thank you. All right. I'll come back when we have some more news on our signings. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay. David Alaba has agreed to sign for Man City, who, I may remind you, were 4th, I believe, in the Premier League this season, for $100K per week less than what we offered. Okay, Football Manager, that makes a lot of sense. Let's look at his contract. I can't see his future contract, but he's taking a wage cut to go to Man City when he could have gone to us for $100K more wages per week. That doesn't make any sense. He's guaranteed to be a star player. He's guaranteed to be the best center back at a team that just won the Premier League and the Champions League and the FA Cup, but instead he goes to Man City, who won absolutely zilch last season. Come on, Football Manager. That makes no sense. Also, we signed Warren Joyce. One of our coaches retired, and Phil Jones has left us. Unfortunately, we really need a center back now. Phil Jones has left us for $7.5 million with $18K selling on wage contribution to Feyenoord. They're the only ones to come in for him, so I accepted that offer. I also accepted the offer for Nemanja Matic from Fiorentina for $7.5 million and $66,000 wage contribution. I don't think I'm going to get another offer for him, and I need him gone, so I just accepted it. We're also probably going to lose this youngster Miles Campbell. He's not on a full-time contract. So, where is he? He's not on a full-time contract, so we're going to get $875 straight up and more in potential earnings on him if he reaches so many games or does, other things. So, if he ends up being a good player for them, we'll get some more money. And I looked at him, and he doesn't play any position. Like, he plays defensive midfielder, but he's not like a ball winner. He can't tackle. He's not a passer. He can't pass. Like, what can he do? Like, I don't know what player. I guess he's a segundo volante. That's the only role I could see him being. And he can't even dribble, so is he even that? I don't know what player this guy is, so I'm willing to let him go. I don't think I need him in this team. I think those are the only players that are leaving. Unless Mateo Mejia, just some youngster that is not that good. He's okay right now, but he doesn't have much potential. He's 18 years old. I got an offer of $500,000 for him, so I couldn't really turn that down. $500,000 plus 50% of a future sale. So I'm putting that on all my youngsters. All my youngsters, I like to put 50% of future sale on because usually teams will accept that. What do we do now? We need a libero, or either a libero or just like a ball playing defender on cover. We need a center back now. Starting center back because we are missing one. We didn't get Alaba, so let's look at center backs that we can afford. Obviously, we've got $100 million set up in Joshua Kimmich, so we've only got another 80 or so million to work with, which is a lot of money. But Kurt Zuma's asked to leave. He wants a new contract. I like Kurt Zuma. I don't know if he's a ball playing defender on cover, but 20 strength, 18 jumping reach, 18 acceleration. Yes, please. He's not a ball player, but he could be a central defender on. Well, he could be the right center back, and then what's his name? Bailly could play this central defender on cover. I could just change it up from a ball player or a libero to just a normal central defender on cover. I like Zuma a lot. His physicals are just nuts. How much will he cost though? Like, I don't know if they'll even sell him to us. Anyone else? Ooh, Nicholas Shula's transfer listed. Wait a second. Who needs Kurt Zuma when you can get Nicholas Sula, who is pretty much Kurt Zuma with better mentals and a little bit better technicals? He's also not a ball player. If I compare him with Kurt Zuma, Zuma's much better physically. I'll give him that. Better aerially, supposedly. Guess he's got a little bit better heading and a little bit better jumping reach. Shula's the better defensive and mental player. Ah, man. Those physicals on Zuma are just nuts, though. But if I could get Sula for $52 million, I don't know if I can say no to that. Is that what it was? 52? $58 million. So Yunchu is wanted. Mancini's wanted. Is there any other players for Rudiger's transfer listed for $35 million? Rudiger's okay. If we compare him with Zuma, I think Zuma's still way better physically, way better aerially. Again, not quite as good mentally, but I think I want to go for an elite center back, though. And I think Zuma and Sula are that. I don't know if Antonio Rudiger is an elite center back. So it's between, let's see how much Zuma's going to be. Let's make an offer first, see if we can sign him. I'm going to lowball him at first, go with $50 million. Get rid of percentage of next sale and percentage of profit of next sale. They come back with 95 plus 2.5 per league appearance. $120 million. Well, that's not happening. What about his value? $66 million. That's more reasonable. 104 still. Like, I don't understand why I'm removing and excluding this, and yet they're able to put it back. Per league appearance, remove and exclude. And I guarantee you it's going to be back for the next transfer negotiation. Per league appearance. So removing and excluding does absolutely nothing, apparently. Let's go 72. See if they'll accept that. I think I'm going to make the offer for Shula too, just so I don't lose him, so I can at least start negotiating with him. Let's make an offer. $58 million for Nicholas Sula. Sula wants 205 to 250K. He wants to be an important player. He'll be an important player for us. He'll be a starting center back for sure. He wants 5 years, no sell-on fee. He only wants 215. So if he'll go like 185, I'll be super happy with 185. I don't like that signing on fee though. Put that down to 10. I'll raise your agent fee. Your agent can have a little bit more money. Your agent can have $1 million. Just that. He goes to 210. Let's go down to 12, $1 million. And he accepts that. 185, 12 million signing on fee and 1 million agent fee. So let's see if Zuma accepts his, or if they accept the contract for Zuma or the transfer for Zuma, because I think Zuma's my preferred player. I mean, it'd be getting him away from Chelsea, which is good. Miles Campbell, they're not giving me as much money as they would in compensation, so I'm not going to accept those offers. If I can get Kurt Zuma, take him away from Chelsea, I am giving Chelsea $73 million. They want 98. I don't think we're going to get a negotiation for Kurt Zuma in. I think he's just going to be too expensive. Yeah, they want like around 100 million for him. I think the most I can go is 80. They want 96. If I negotiate, move and exclude that and go to 82. Yeah. I don't think Zuma's going to happen. I'm going to just sign Sula. So I need to change my tactic then, because this isn't going to be a libero. It wasn't working, and I don't have the players for it. It's going to be a center defender on cover. Bailly's going to play there. Then Sula will play here as a central defender on defend. I mean, that'll be pretty good in terms of aerial ability. Like, Bailly's not the best aerially, but Maguire obviously is very good. Sula's obviously very good. We're going to be dangerous from corners, good defensively. You know, we shouldn't allow like any crossing goals. Like with that 3 center backs, that should be pretty good center back pairing. I'm happy with that. That and Kimmich just raiding Bayern Munich. If we couldn't get David Alaba, we will take Nicolas Schula. All right, I'll see you in a bit once we get those contracts through and can confirm the signings. And just a day later, Joshua Kimmich is ready to sign for Manchester United. That is a lot of money, 103 million deducted from the transfer budget, but we've got the money. He's a world-class player. He's in his prime at 26 years old. He can play two positions for us. I mean, in real life, he's played at center back too, so he could even, step in there if we needed him to. He could maybe be a libero. I don't know, but I'm going to play him as a deep line playmaker / regista. He's going to start there. He can play it right back if we get an injury. I'm happy with that. His versatility, I think, is what puts him over the top. Makes him worth that 100 million. Let's sign him. Also, Alvaro Fernandez will be going out to Aston Villa for 15 million with a 25 million buyback and 50% of next sale. I think that's just too good of an offer to turn down. 15 million for a player that is this right now. That's 18 years old. If he's 16 and looks like that, maybe I hold on to him. But at 18, looks decent. It's maybe like a League One caliber player. I'm happy with 15 million for him. So let's make that deal. Let's put Kimmich into the team. He is going to play. He's a star player. He's going to play defensive midfielder. As I'm going to train him as a regista. Get him more natural there. And then what do I train him on? Just dribbling. I guess he does need dribbling as a regista. So I guess I'll train him at that. Ball control. Send on intensive language course and ask De Gea to welcome him. We get Zaha's been sold, so we see 575,000. He only sold for 9.5 million to Fulham. That seems like a bargain. 9.5 million for Wilfried Zaha. I mean, he's not that amazing in this game. He actually doesn't look very good, really. Kind of looks like a championship player. So, but Fulham were in the Europa League spots, or not the Europa League 2 spots. So it's mostly going to be a European caliber player for them. I don't know if that's the case on Football Manager, but it's probably the case in real life. He could probably be a Europa League caliber player in real life. But I'll see you when we can, secure the Sula signing, and I think about finish our business. I think we're gonna have to go with Shula signing and with the 100 million for Kimmich. I think we're gonna have to go with the loan signing of Eddie Nketiah. I don't know how to say it. Eddie. You are now Eddie. I think we're gonna loan in Eddie. See how much they want for the loan. Ooh, that's the problem. They want a lot of money in unused and playing monthly fees. I can't spend that much money on Eddie to be a backup, to be a 4th/5th striker. Like, how much extra is that for playing as an extra 3.2 million or 2.2 million, 2.4 million? Math sucks. An extra $2.4 million if he's playing, which he won't be. An extra like $5 million, a little bit less than $5 million if he's not playing. I don't want to pay $5 million for a 5th striker. I'm going to cancel that offer. I'm not going to do that. See if there's anyone else out there. The lone striker. Ante Rebic. Ooh, I saw a name that interested me. Mishi Batshuayi. Possibly out on loan. He was the 2nd top goal scorer in the league last season. That would be a good signing. Let's see what they want for him. Oh, they want a lot of money. I'm not paying that. About 15 million in loan fees. No, thank you. We might do both of these, so that's almost guaranteed money for them too. Mishi Batshuayi is good, but I'm not paying that much for him. Ante Rebic is also transfer listed. 38 million, but I might be able to get him on loan. He looks pretty decent. He's not a great advanced forward. Lacks a little bit in the mentals. Passing sucks. Vision sucks. There's not really any better options, though. Lucas Alario, he's not really an advanced 40. He can't move. He has 11 pace. So I'm not going to go with that. Alexis Sanchez, of all players, is available. Gabbiadini, Pellegrini, but he's not really that good in Football Manager 2021. That's about it. Not much in terms of the loan market. I'll see what they want for Ante Rebic. If they want a loan fee for him, I'm going to say no. They don't want a loan fee, but his wages are pretty high. I don't know if I want to spend 120K a week. I mean, that's what I'd have to spend on Mariano probably, but he would be my player, and I might be able to sell him on for a profit. I'm definitely not going to use that optional future fee. How did he do this season? 6 goals and 28 appearances. Only 11 of them starts. That's not bad. Only a 6.78 average rating is pretty bad, though. I really wanted Michi Batshuayi, but there's just no way I'm paying that much money for him. I just got the. Do I buy Batshuayi? I mean, it doesn't make sense for 2 years just to pay 40 million plus for Batshuayi. We're over the wage budget right now too. But so we've got 78 million left to spend. But that's before the Sula money comes out. So we'll have only. I think it's money's come out of the wage budget for Sula, but transfer budget still needs to come out. So that's going to be about 20. I'll have 20 million left. 20 million and 200K left. Definitely not buying Batshuayi for that. Rebic will use up most of that in terms of the loan fees or the wage budget. Are there any cheaper players on transfer listed? Obviously, some really good players. Sun Heung-min, Bellotti, but that's a lot of money. Mariano, who I'm considering. He's on 145K a week, but he's pretty good. He's pretty good. He can't pass either, but he's got good work rate, good finishing, good bravery. Composure's decent. His physicals are pretty good, except for agility and balance, but good pace, strength, and acceleration. Adam Armstrong, I don't know if he's a Premier League caliber player. Really, really pacey, but his mentals are not there. But he's on really cheap wages, and he's English. As a 4/5th striker, probably fifth, but I'd be paying $10 million for a fifth striker. I don't know if I want to do that. He is pretty decent, though. He probably scored a boatload of goals in the championship, 22 goals. I don't know why they've transfer listed him. Did they get relegated or something? No, they finished 13th. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, there's just no one to sign. Zahor, he doesn't look too bad. Kenneth Zahor, I doubt he scored any goals though. 6 goals and 40. Well, he didn't play at all. He didn't play a single second for West Brom, and West Brom were one of the worst teams in the league. That's not ideal. Wait, no, that's the year. No, he was loaned to Millwall. Okay, and he did not score very many goals in the championship, so I'm not going to make him a Premier League player. Zivkovic, Kalinic, his legs are gone. Shane Long. I don't know if I want to bring in Shane Long looks terrible. There's not very many good options. We don't have any other options in-house for a fifth striker. Nobody's going to be down here that's going to be any good. Roberto Soldado. I don't think I'm going to be bringing in Roberto Soldado or Fraser Campbell. I don't know. I might just bring in Mariano. I should be able to sell him on for a profit. He's valued at 23 million. That might go up once he comes here. He scored 6 goals in 6 starts, 18 sub appearances, but I don't know how many minutes he got in those sub appearances. He played all right, 6.93. He played really well in this 1 appearance and 1 sub appearance in the Cup. Didn't do much in terms of the Champions League. Did score a goal, though, in 1 of 4 sub appearances. Uh, I'll come back to you when I make a decision. So we are back, and I've got a list of names here of strikers that I've considered. Gabriel Barbosa, Pat Sindaka, Caio Jorge, Abel Ruiz, Adam Hlozek, and Ricky J. Jones. I think, because what this player is going to be not a long-term option. I'm either going to sell him on in 2 years, or unless Mod Diallo doesn't improve and become a solid fifth striker, they could be the fifth striker, but more than likely they're just going to be here for 2 years and then sold on. So who do I think I could get the best profit for is really what I'm looking at. Really, I could get a good profit for all these players. Some of them are a little bit more expensive than the others, like Adam Hlozek, who I'm strongly considering. He's supposed to be like a 4.5 star player potential. He's got the pace I want for the position. He'd be a solid fourth player, fourth striker, fifth striker. And he's supposed to be only is going to be 3.9 to 8.25 million, so that's pretty cheap. Ricky J. Jones is an English option who's not as good right now, but he's absolutely rapid. And he's got a little bit of potential. Mostly just because he's there. Mostly there because he's English. But he's going to cost about the same amount as Adam Hlozek. The more expensive options, there's Gabriel Barbosa, who will probably be a lot. He can probably might be the best out of all of them. He's going to be one of the more expensive ones, 13 to 19 million. So it's going to about take all the rest of our transfer room. But we would be stealing him from Manchester City, which would be nice. So he'd cost more than Mariano, but I think he's a better player than Mariano. If we compare with Gabriel Barbosa, yeah, Mariano's much better aerially, but I think Gabriel Barbosa is the better player for what we need. We don't need an aerial threat, so I think Gabriel Barbosa fits us better. There's also Pat Sindaka, who I believe is around the same price, 15 to 21 million. So he's obviously very fast too. I think I prefer Hlozek. I mean, he's got better mentals than Hlozek does. Hlozek has better dribbling. His other technicals are a little bit better, but a lot of those technicals don't matter. Long shots are kind of important, but heading, don't really care. Long throws, I don't care at all. Marking, don't really care. I don't know. I'm waiting to get a scout report back on some of these guys. I think I'll wait until I get the scout report back. Then I'll make my decision. I'll see you. That should be just a couple of days. I'll see you when the scout reports are back. And we have gotten the scout reports back on all the players. And I think I'm going to go with Gabriel Barbosa. Supposedly he's a 4-star player as a striker. Like, supposedly he would be our best striker. I don't know about that, but he does look very good. He's pretty quick. He's actually got good strength too. He's got good passing, good vision, technique off the ball. He's a very good player. He's a very good striker. And I can get him for under 20 million. And I've actually got quite a bit of money now. I still only have 20 million in the wage budget, but or in the transfer budget, I have a lot more wage budget. A lot of our players on the last year of their contract have left, including Cavani. So their wage budget has now gone into the wage budget. So I think we can go big and sign Barbosa and move Amad Diallo to be the 5th striker this season. And then those two can battle it out for the 5th striker long term once Yusufa Moukoko gets here. Because once Yusufa Moukoko gets here, he's getting game time. Like, he is the 4th striker. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I thought Moukoko was left-footed. Is he really right-footed? Huh, I didn't know that. All right, let's go after Gabriel Barbosa. See if we can sign him. Supposedly, it's only going to cost us 13 to 19 million. So let's go in with 15. Get rid of profit from next sale. They want 19 plus 3 million if he scores 10 goals. I'll give you 16. 17 plus 3 million. 16.5. Just 17 straight up. Plus 3.4 after 50 league appearances. I'll give you 1 million after 50 league appearances. No. I'll give you 2 million after 50 league appearances. They should accept that. We should be able to secure the signing of Nicholas Shula anytime now. He had to get a permit, work permit, but I feel like that's going to happen. I'm not worried about that going through. Matic would not agree on his contract with Fiorentina, so he's still here. No one wants him. The whole reason I let him go to Fiorentina because I didn't think anyone else was going to try to go after him. Lingard also is back, and so is Andreas Pereira. So we're going to be selling Lingard. No one wants him because he's on way too much money for how bad he is. Let's offer him out for $15 million. Liverpool have made an offer for Gabriel Barbosa now. Mark Helm, a loan offer. Do I want to loan this guy out? I guess. He's actually pretty decent. He doesn't really have potential, though. But I'm getting monthly fee for him. Sure. You can go out on loan. 18.25 plus incentives. That's annoying. I don't know if he would choose Man United over Liverpool, so we might have to offer him a decent wage. Looks like Matic might be getting offers. $6 million from Fiorentina again, and Ajax. He already said he would not join Fiorentina, or he refused their contract. I'll try to get him again for $6 million. Maybe he'll go to Ajax. I have to pay even more of his wages, but whatever. Whatever gets him out the door. We've got Kimmich in the house, so we have our deep line playmaker / regista of the future. Oh, of now. Of the future is still what's his name? Camavinga. No one wants Jesse Lingard. They have accepted the bid for Gabriel Barbosa. Offer Lingard out for 12. Offer to clubs. They make an offer for Mark Evans. Who are you, Mark Evans? You are a decent little right back. Not the best, but he's solid. I'm not going to let him go for 300K. I know that. You can get out of here. He's a lot on wages. Expects to be a regular starter. You're not going to be a regular starter. Feels very interested in negotiating terms, but feels there is currently a more appealing option elsewhere. So he's more interested in Liverpool. So we'd have to give him a lot of money. I'm not thinking we're going to get Gabriel Barbosa. He will be playing as an advanced forward, but I'm not going to lock that in just in case he gets really pissy about it. Yeah, he really wants to be a regular starter. I'll promise that to him, but I don't think I'm going to be landing Gabriel Barbosa. I'll give him a bunch of money. $250. I don't want to pay him that much. $225. 200. He's a fourth striker. I'm going to give him 200K. Have the landmark goal bonus. That's all I'm willing to offer him. If he doesn't accept that, too bad. I'll find someone else. I'll probably go after Hlozek. I'll come back to you when we have more news. I'll see you hopefully very shortly. And Sula is set to sign. He has been granted a work permit. $60 million will be deducted from the wage budget of $102 million. So we'll have $40 million left to spend. Do I offer more to Gabriel Barbosa? I don't really want to pay more than $200K for a fourth striker because Mason Greenwood is going to be my third striker. I want to give him plenty of game time. We will accept the Nicholas Shula signing, though. He'll be our new star center back. He only says he's a 3-star, but I think he's much better than that. He's going to be a central defender. He probably needs to work on his agility. Yeah, his agility sucks. I don't know if that'll ever go up, but I might as well try to work on it. Agility and balance. Normal intensity. Send on an intensive language course. Ask Rashford to welcome him. Should get Kimmich to welcome him since they played together. Shula will slot in as our new right-sided center back. Bayu will move to the middle. Maguire on the left. Tellez goes down to a 2.5-star player, but I think he's a much better player than that. Luke Shaw is actually a 3-star player. I think we've done well this offseason. I think getting Joshua Kimmich really made the rest of our players look a little bit worse because he's so good. I'm really happy with the Kimmich signing. I think that's going to be massive to us this season. And our first game is against Bayern Munich, who have just stolen 2 players from. I don't want to say stolen for Shula because they offered him out on transfer, so he was transfer listed. So they didn't want him for whatever reason. He's a very good center back. I don't know why they wouldn't want him. Especially when they have Jerome Boateng, who's getting very old and he needs to go. Still no offers for Lingard. They don't like his wages. I don't disagree. See if we can get him out for bargain basement fees. 7.5 million. Helm set to leave. On loan. That's fine. Sampdoria offers 7.5 million. I will take it. Get him out the door. And then I'll do this press conference out of not recording. So you don't need to see that. Hopefully we'll be back for either Gabriel Barbosa signing or we're going to be signing probably Hlozek. And Gabriel Barbosa has agreed to deal with Liverpool for 50K less than what we offered him. We all knew it was going to happen. That was his preferred move. That's just kind of disappointing. Dalot, I had to promise him to give him a new contract, but he was completely unreasonable and wanted to be a regular starter. That is never going to happen. You are 22 years old and you're not that good. You're not going to be a regular starter for Man United. So I tried to give him a squad player and he completely refused to accept it. So he's just going to be mad and he's going to have to be mad. He's got a contract for a little while still. Got a contract until 2023 and it has a 1-year extension on it. So you're going to be stuck here for a little while, bud. In terms of our next options, Gabriel Barbosa is off the table. I think we go Adam Hlozek. He's the pretty cheap option. His potential's gone down a little bit since we've got that's an inside forward. What's he look like a striker? Only 2 stars at striker, but still he's got 4-star potential. Same as Diallo. So him and Diallo can really fight for that 5th striker option once Yusufa Moukoko comes in. And then I can sell whichever one loses out. So I think that's going to be the best choice for me. Daka doesn't really have any more potential than that. He's got, I think, less potential. He only has 3-star potential, so I'd have to just sell him on, and I don't know if I'd make a profit really with him because it's going to be nearly 15 to 18 million for him. Who knows if I'll be able to sell him on for a profit. I'm sure I would have been able to with Gabriel Barbosa, but he just would rather go to Liverpool. There's nothing I could have done. So let's go after Hlozek. It's, up to 8 million. He's valued at 4, so I'll go right in at 5. Ooh, hopefully he agrees to a work permit. That's going to be an issue. Does it say on his... I would probably fail to get a work permit, so never mind. We're not going to get Hlozek. Jorge supposedly has a lot of potential, but it's not crazy high. Only 3.5 stars. Gosh, Barbosa would have been perfect. I should have gotten a scout report on Mariano. I don't know how many. Well, he's 2.5 stars, so that's all I need to know, really. Because he's not going to grow anymore. He's 27 years old. I think I'll go Patson Daka. I think I'll be able to sell him for quite a bit. I don't know if I can say the same for Jorge. I think he'd really need to... Well, let me compare them. Let me compare Patson Daka to Jorge. Daka's much faster. Jorge's better technically and aerially. I think that pace is what's really important for us. Pace is very important in our tactic. So I think I'm going to go with Patson Daka. Or do I go with Ricky J. Jones? Can I sell him on, because he's English, can I sell him on for a boatload if he actually does develop? The thing is, I don't trust him to develop as much as I trust... Well, I don't think Daka's really going to develop much more, but... Will Daka even get a work permit? Work permit likely to be accepted. So I can get a work permit for Patson Daka. Counts as a foreign player, obviously. Fairly consistent. Nothing about big matches. He fully understands the language. Ricky J. Jones. Counts towards trained in England. I've got 12 of them already, so I don't need him really for it. Extremely poor form in his last few games. Poor consistency. I don't think I'm going to go for Ricky J. Jones. Let's look at Jorge's. He would get a work permit as well. He's very adaptable. He's fairly consistent. He's injury prone, though, and would need to learn the language. I think I'm going to go with Patson Daka. That pace is just next level. And he understands the language. He's a current international. Matches the signing philosophy. So let's go after Patson Daka. Let's go in with start at 12.5 million. Let's get rid of profit. I want to remove and exclude. They completely reject it. I'll go in at 15. Advance a day. See what they say. Might get a response before the let's see. It still says failed to get a work permit. I don't know if we'll get a response before the Bayern Munich game, but we'll see. They want 18 million plus 750K per league appearance. I'll just do 18. Just $18 million straight up. They want 900K per league appearance now. Again, they have no idea how to negotiate. 18.5. 3.7 after league appearances. 3.7 after league goals. A potential value of 26. I'm not going to do that. I'd rather just pay like 19 straight up. They still want more money. Pay 20 million straight up. Accept that. They do. 20 million for Patson Daka. I don't know if I'd be able to sell him for a profit, but he'll at least be useful for the next 2 seasons. I'll see you when he joins. I'll play this game off screen, off recording. So I'll see you in a sec. We just played Bayern. We beat them 3-0 with Nicholas Schula scoring the first goal of the game against his old team. Absolutely dominated them. Now we have the Patson Daka offer. He accepted his offer. He only wants 50 to 62K. Only wants to be a fringe player. That's what I'm looking for. I don't want you to ever be a regular starter. Fringe player to squad player. I'll accept that. He does. Wants 58K. I'll go 50. I'll be happy with 50K. 4-year contract. I don't know about that. I'll give you a 3-year contract. How about that? Well, yeah, they're not a starter. So the club vision is to give 4-year players to starters that we sign, but he's not going to be a starter, so I think they'll be okay with a 3-year contract. Just that he wants 69 now because his years went down. Give you 2.5 a signing on. I'll raise this agent fee to 250. 60K. He accepts. Patson Daka will be our 4th striker. Matt Diallo will move down to our 5th striker. I'm okay with that. He's a better option than Cavani was, so obviously he's got, about twice the pace. So I think he'll be good for this team. I think that's about all the movement I'll do. Yeah, you're unhappy because I didn't give you a contract. It's not my fault you rejected it. That's the end of the matters as far as I'm concerned. It's not my problem. You want to be a starting player when you're definitely not. I'm not going to talk about this. That's going to be all the moves I think we do this offseason. So in total, we have signed Nicholas Schula, Joshua Kimmich, and not in yet, but we will sign Patson Daka. I don't think anyone else is in for him. We did sell Nemanja Matic to Ajax for $6 million. So Phil Jones, Nemanja Matic both go out, along with Sergio Romero, a couple of youngsters, Daniel James for $22.5 million, which was already decided last season. So those are the outs. No one's come in for Lingard yet. Actually, no, someone has come in from Lingard. Crystal Palace and Derby County have come in for $7.5 million for Jesse Lingard. So he's probably going to be going out the door. I think that's all the sales we want to do as well. So I think we're about set up for the beginning of the season. I'll see you for the first game of the season. Let's see who we have. We've got the Community Shield. I don't know if I'm going to show that. Who cares about the Community Shield? I'll come back for Everton and the Super Cup. I think those are a good 2 matches to be seen. Everton and the Super Cup against Milan. I'll see you for that. Thank you all for joining me. If you've made it this far, it's been a long video, but why don't you go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials are also in the description. I really appreciate all your support, and I'll see you later.